White has admitted his opinion has changed on Merab. Now, I was a little surprised how many headlines this made. I've been asked about this in 5 different directions. Because then Dana just gave praise to Merab. He only complimented him. And it'd be very hard not to do. Like, on a personal level, he's a really nice and sweet guy. On a professional level, he's not only a killer, he's the real deal. He is out to fight anyone, anywhere, at any time. And yeah, it's a career. But he understands whether he gets a title defense or he gets 3 title defenses. If he does that in 10 months or he does it in 3 years, it's the same thing. He understands if you get a calculator out and you did 1 fight in a year or you did 3 fights in a year, it's a very different thing. So, but when Dana came out and he said that his opinion had changed, just to share for you where that was, let's start at step 1. Dana White looking for a fight. Dana White went out to an event and saw Merab compete. And he won, and Dana gave him a contract. And Matt Serra told Dana, that's going to be your future champion. And Dana gets told that, of course, by everybody that is ever looking for a contract. Merab comes over to the UFC, gets beat. Merab comes back into the UFC, he gets beat. As a matter of fact, that second one was to Ricky Simone. Lives 30 minutes from right here. And Merab comes back for his 3rd one, and his 4th one, and his 5th one, his 6th one, and his 7th one, and his 8th one. And you just keep going. He just keeps winning. He never gets beat again. He loses his first 2 in the octagon. Never gets beat again. And that is a total of 11 fights ago. No, that's not true. That's 12. Merab's now won 12 straight. It was 10 before he ever got the championship. These are off the top of my head, guys, but I'm doting on the success of Merab, and I'm sharing where Dana said my opinion changed. So Merab had set a record, which was 10 wins in a row before he got a title fight. He had to beat 10 guys, and we had a couple that had done 8. Damian Maia comes to mind. Matt Brown comes to mind. 10 had never been done, and that is a tremendous amount of fights. That is years and years. That is weigh-in after weigh-in. Flight after flight, hotel after hotel, walk after walk. Gets a title fight, wins the belt, defends the belt, gets ready to defend the belt again. When Dana talks about the change, now while Merab has a record at 10 fights, it was at 7 fights. After 7 victories, he was offered the title fight. The conversation of, do you want to fight for the belt? Now, the champion was Aljo. Aljo is a very personal friend. In fact, in real life, they're actually neighbors to this day. But Aljo was also a corner man for Merab. I mean, this was a very tight relationship that only goals and money could get between. And Merab said no. So he has fight number 8. Gets asked the same question. You want to fight for the belt? No. Fight number 9. You want to fight for the belt? No. Somewhere along the way, the musical chairs of the division happens. Aljo is no longer on top. As a matter of fact, Aljo leaves the division completely. Merab steps in and Merab wins it. And when you do look back on that relationship, it is very hard to have any opinion other than one that Dana White stated. It's very tough to not respect that. At the time, you can be frustrated. At the time, this is the fight business. When I signed you, you were friends with Aljo. When I signed you, you were teammates with Aljo. When I signed you, you said you wanted to be the champion. But when time goes by, and that relationship is still there, and they're still training partners, and they still entrust in each other, and they're still neighbors to this day, and Aljo is still one of the first guys to the ring to celebrate Merab's victory. Yeah, okay, fine. You got to change your opinion on Merab. What used to be a guy with a goofy hat and a goofy little dance is now one of the top draws in the sport. As a matter of fact, he's getting ready to main event T-Mobile in an arena that he just co-main evented and was completely sold out. In the very city of Las Vegas, where the largest gate in MMA history, that of Sphere, he main evented. And I also have a different opinion of Merab. I was never annoyed with Merab. I was never bothered with Merab. I'll just share with you a guy that presses forward and gets takedowns. When a takedown 99% of the time is a double leg, when 100% of the time it is either lifted off the ground or it is tripped, what seems like a very easy recipe when you see it 10 and 11 and 12 successful times, when you see it work over the greats, including Nurmagomedov, you start to realize there's a brilliance within the simplicity. And Merab is looking for a wife, by the way. I don't find this to be funny. I must tell you, I've blurted this out a few times, and I get comments, and people think this is really funny, or this is this cute thing that like Merab and I are doing. I don't mean it to be. If you find it cute and endearing, I appreciate that, I suppose. But Merab is actually using this platform, and he's looking for a wife. He said that he would like her to be Georgian. She doesn't have to be. She can be an American, and he doesn't want any sluts. Now, I do believe when he used the word sluts that he didn't quite know what that meant, which is what made it accidentally wonderful. But can't we hook up Merab? Don't you guys have like a sister or you know a gal? I would feel like Merab is quite a catch. My daughter is far younger than the years of dating. But when that day comes and she leaves the house, I sure would have a good feeling knowing I can trust from a safety standpoint the guy that she's with. I feel like anybody would want their sister or daughter to go out with Merab. What's the holdup here? How come you guys haven't introduced somebody to Merab? Can we help him with this or what?